I wasn't cheating. I was pretending to be a gyno in case I wanted to get into the medical field.
Oh my God.
Totally joking. I definitely was cheating. So do with that information what you will, but I feel like we should stop being together. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 103 of Dropouts. And boy, have I had a week.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember last week, I was going to have things shoved up my genitalia. That
Both
did
ends.
happen, both ends. And boy, do I have some information for you of how that feels and the experience that might have scarred me for life. Marilyn Monroe's here. We dug her up because Indy's not here.
So happy to have her. This is the best guest we've ever had.
a big deal.
This is crazy.
Question. I just made a joke about someone who's dead, but they've been dead for a while. What's the threshold? Because if someone had died, like a big star died last week, I've been like, hey, this is so-and-so. People would like, oh, that's ew. But if I was like, oh, this is Julius Caesar, I feel like that's completely fine. Is Marilyn Monroe in the middle, or is she past the point of...
Hear me out. Is the threshold how long that person lived? So like, say, how old was Marilyn Monroe when she died? 30s,
Couldn't tell
40s,
you.
whatever?
Don't even know when she died.
So just take from the moment they died and then just like run the amount of years that they lived. And I think that's the...
For our audio listeners, there's a skeleton on set.
Yeah, Indy's not here. So
Anyway, hit the intro music. Let's talk about Catheter, shall we?
it's always a good way to start a podcast.
No, it gets the listeners hooked. Actually, our watch time last week was below average, so I think people did not want to hear about the Catheter talk. But guess who doesn't have an opinion right now because they're not on the podcast? Them. And guess who does have an opinion? Us, because we're on it, Jared. You want to hear about my PP situation?
Well, you know, I do. Yeah. I do. But when I was editing it, I was like, this is really gross. Like I was even getting kind of squirmish.
I gotcha. So let's start off the top with it then.
Yeah.
Because if people aren't ride or die, they're not going to say anyway.
Yeah.
They usually watch. I mean, they'll probably watch. They're probably already clicking off. So this is for the true fans. I want to know about my PP excursion.
The true dropouts.
The true dropouts. Jared was lucky enough. I'm not cleared to drive yet because of my knee. So Jared drove me 30 minutes to my agony appointment is what I'm going to call it.
In the worst part of town. Not the worst like part of town in the sense of just like, I don't know.
This was just done in someone's apartment.
Okay. No, it is just the most congested part of town. So Zach asking me if I could take him to this part of town was the best thing a friend in LA could do for you.
And what did I say? I said, if you ever need a catheter put in, I will repay the favor and take you just as far as the distance.
But I don't understand why it has to be specifically limited to a catheter. Why can't it be like if I have a meeting in that part of town? It was in Westwood. I don't know if for anybody
I mean, to
listening.
not beat around the bush, mostly because I don't want to and I'm not as good of a friend as you. So if anything, this should make you feel better about yourself that you're a better friend than I am.
Thank you.
Eye for an eye, I guess you could say. So catheter thing.
I guess,
get that down,
yeah,
I'll
if you want to
definitely
get
take you.
so specific.
Okay, so here's what happened. I walk into the hospital. We're going to call it a hospital. I don't know where. It was some clinic. And they're like, okay, this way. Can you please get naked for us? And I was like,
Like full naked.
I had to get full naked, but then I put on a gown. So I was like, okay, I don't feel as naked.
I always feel a little more exposed in a gown than being fully naked.
Just objectively, you're not.
Yeah, I know, but it's like that feeling like, you know, when you feel more naked when you have socks on versus when you don't have socks on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
But
No, this is me supporting you.
Okay.
Do I believe what you're saying and would almost fight about in a other situation? Yes. But you took me to the catheter appointment, so now I'm on your side for 2 more arguments. That's one, actually. So you have 1 more.
So I have 1 more.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Continue.
So I go in, I take off all my clothes, I set them there. I'm in the gown.
Gowned? Is it gowned or gown?
I've been saying words wrong my whole life. As long as they get it, they get it. I apparently I say pillow the wrong way too. But anyway, so I'm in there, and this 75-year-old woman, she says, don't worry, I've been doing this for 25 years, 5 times a day for 25 years. And I was like, how? Okay.
That's
so she
too many penises.
Too many, and she also works on the vagina.
Wow.
Yeah, she is.
Too many pee holes.
Too many pee holes.
Yep.
So she lays me down, and going in, I thought I had 1 catheter, you know, and then something to go up my butt. I didn't know what it was going to be. It turns out it was another catheter. At first, so she lays me down and pulls up the gown. There's such a vulnerable experience when you're alone in a room with someone who's probably friends with your grandmother, and she is just staring at your baby bird. I mean, she's looking at it. So she's like, okay, lift your legs up, and then I'm gonna stick this this tube up your butt.
She went butt first?
She went butt first.
Oh, I didn't know she went butt first.
She's progressive.
So she kind of warmed you up a little bit.
I would not phrase it like that.
Oh, okay.
She went butt first, though. You know what I mean? So she's got me wide open. She's got me spread. She puts it in. One of the most foreign feelings I've ever felt. I haven't performed in the back room before, and this was just a small thing to go in there. And all I gotta say is
about how thick would you say?
I would say a straw.
Oh, okay, not terrible.
Not terrible for the bung,
but foreign,
and
all the same.
And I hope this doesn't come off as ignorant or something of a derogatory term, but you boys out there that can take it, I know it's Pride Month. You know, I've never been in that situation before, and this was just a straw. I hated it. So you boys out there that's getting your bung slung into like you owe someone money. Good on you. Happy Pride Month.
You're telling
I couldn't handle it.
That sweet old lady wasn't trying to like find your male G spot.
Well, no, she gets her fingers in there because she's like got a.
She went fingers too.
She's trying to find, like, she's like, okay, I'm gonna try to find the hole, and then she like goes down there, and then she's like, okay, here it is, and she slides it in, and then she comes back and she's like, okay, that's done, and then she's like, okay, now we're gonna take these 2 electrode stickers that are gonna put electric pulses. We're gonna put that around the hole down there, around the butt, and she's like, this is gonna send you electric pulses throughout, so I can get the proper reading. I'm like, okay, and it's like, okay, and then she's like, okay, now for the male penis, that's what we're gonna do next. And I was like, At this point, her assistant walks in, which didn't know another person was gonna be there, but sure, you know, bring the whole crowd in now that the piece is out. And he's like kind of watching, but not watching. But I was hoping
it was a guy assistant.
Yeah, which for some reason felt weirder. Not like, because like, she's done it a million times. I don't know how many times this guy has seen a penis.
Exactly. Even though he has one.
Even though he has one, she's seen 5 penises a day for 25 years. Is what she told me. So or vaginas.
But I understand that because growing up, I had both male and female doctors, like pediatricians or whatever. You know, when they do the physical and they ask you to cough.
I've only had that once in my life, and
I've had that every year until I was like,
because the people
17.
administering you were, say it with me, pedophiles. There we go. And that's a small thing, but it's statute of limitations. I'm probably fine now.
I should probably bring that up in therapy, right? Like,
no, I wouldn't bring it up. It's past that point.
It's past the statute of limitations for therapy.
So she's like, okay, we're going to put some numbing gel down. I'm so sorry for the listeners.
I so wish we could put in that video that we watched because you pulled up a YouTube video showing me, like, the doctor was doing it on a doll, but he was explaining the catheter process, and they literally take a syringe, not like a needle, but like a turkey baster, and they
full of numbing jelly,
and they
shoot that down the urethra,
right down the hole.
And then she's like, okay, 75-year-old woman. Oh, her name is Kathy, by the way. Kathy, the catheter administrator.
That's God just having a joke with you.
And she's like, okay, now we're gonna wait for the numbing to start. So it could take like 5-10 minutes. So she holds my penis the entire 5 to 10 minutes.
Just cupping it.
No, just holding it.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, and so we have like a clock like you have in school. So she's just looking at the clock, like waiting down. I'm not looking down there. I'm just like, she's got a hold of my penis. And she's just like, okay, 10 minutes is up. She sets my penis down. I'm like,
I thought she was like gently cupping it, you know?
I feel like she was definitely doing it so it would slide down and numb everything. But I feel like they'd have some kind of cone that they could. No, she's just like, all right, we're just gonna wait 10 minutes. So how was your day? I'm like, you've got your penis. You've got your penis. You've got my penis in your hand. Let's just chill for a second. And then she's like, okay, here's the first one. This is the big one. And I was like, I don't want to do the big one. And right before the procedure, I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom. And then when I came in, they put this rod.
A rod?
Down the things that I've used for pleasure and urination my entire life. Never thought something would go up it. They put a rod down there.
How thick was the rod?
It's a decently thick catheter, like I would say the size of a McDonald's straw.
Okay.
That's so big for
that's huge.
Okay, it might be like 20% smaller. I don't know.
Somewhere between the McDonald's coffee stirrer and the straw. Somewhere in between there.
When I say, so she puts it in and is just sliding it down like into my bladder. Like, okay, it definitely hurt. Like there's some pain involved. But when I say the pain mixed with the most foreign feeling I've ever felt in my entire life, I would rather go through the knee surgery 20 more times.
Really?
Like it was definitely top 5 worst experiences of my life.
Oh.
And they get it in there and they're like, okay, so they have to pump all the liquid out because they're going to fill it up next. So they're like, okay, let's turn on the machine, and nothing comes out.
Because you just peed.
I just peed. So they're like, okay, nothing came out. I was like, so we didn't have to do that one. They're like, yeah, we just wanted to make sure. And then
I would have lost it.
She manhandles my penis and just rips it out.
Oh,
and
so
I'm like,
they did do it like a Band-Aid.
A little bit slower than that. It's like
oh
yeah,
it's like a dramatic unsheathing of a sword. In
yeah,
a movie.
she's King Arthur. Let me just say that, because she did it. She could pick up Thor's hammer. Is all I'm trying to say. She was worthy. So she pulls that out, and then she gets the smaller one, and still she sticks it up there. Still just as bad. It's just terrible. And now she's filling me up. Oh, this is the worst part. So she's got this in, and then I'm just butt naked at this point. Like, it's the gown, however you say, it's covering my nipples, but that's about it. And then for whatever reason, I've been on this table the entire time with no warning. The table just starts raising to the ceiling. I was like, all right, I'm going to see God. I felt like Simba, but like a defiled Simba. So I'm a foot from the ceiling. It's about as tall as this room. I was about a foot from the ceiling. And then this like crescent moon shaped device is like moving itself around my wiener, and is like detecting my bladder. Meanwhile, she's like, okay, I'm going to ask for a lot of sensations, and you tell me when you feel them. And then she had to and then she's like, okay, cough. Okay, I'm not getting a good reading. So she had to bring me down and take the electrodes off and put it closer
to your butthole.
Yeah. So she had to do that. And then they raised me back up. They have the machine going. And this is where the helper is. He was helping run the machine. I'm like, okay, he's here for a reason. He's not here just for the show.
He's not here to get a look at Zach Justice's penis.
No, that's not why he's here. He's here for medical reasons. And so she goes back to her computer. She's telling me to cough. She's like, oh, okay, good. That's a good reading. Okay. And then they start just filling me with fluid, like through the straw. Now my bladder's getting. So
there's liquid going up.
There's liquid going up me now. I've never had that before. I didn't even know that was going to be done. So they're like, okay, tell me when you need to pee a little bit, and then after a while, okay, I have to pee a little bit. Tell me when you have to pee. Like, you'd go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably go to the bathroom. They're like, now tell me when you're busting. I was like, and then after they filled me, I felt like my balloon was gonna explode. You know, when you're little and you get a water balloon and you fill it up too much, and I thought that was gonna happen. And they're like, okay, hold that. Don't pee yet. And I was like, look, this is the most I've ever had to pee in my entire life.
And you guys made me do this.
So they pull me down. And it felt like forever. And then they're like, okay, stand up. I'm like, oh, I got to stand up. With the tube still in me, I had to pee, but not in the tube, outside of the tube. Like, I had to control my stream not to go up the tube, but to the side of the tube. I was like, I don't know how you
what
think.
What kind of water bending shit
this dexterity that I had to do. And I'm in I have to pee in this like funnel. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. We're going to test
so
this.
the tube is still in you?
Yeah, but they yanked the tube to the side with tape. So like there's enough hole for water to come out or pee to come out. At that point I pee in the thing, and then she takes that one out. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's somebody tickling your insides with something that's not supposed to be tickling you. And she pulls that out, and then she had so much tape on there, like to keep everything in place, but she was just pulling it off, and it hurt. So it's like ripping a Band-Aid with super glue on it, that she's just ripping my wiener off. And she's like, that wasn't so bad, was it? I lied.
Kathy, what do you mean?
I lied to Kathy. I said, nope. I forgot to tell you, while I'm peeing, for whatever reason, she's like, she didn't tell me till afterwards, but I almost passed out.
You almost passed out?
There was some like word for it. She's like, yeah, this usually happens to younger people because their blood pressure. Like, there's a kid in here your age, and I caught him one time. And I was like, okay, that would have been great. So I had to lay there for a little bit till I felt conscious, and then I put my clothes back on, and I went out to the waiting room where you were. And That was my penis story. I don't know.
So sorry you had to go through that.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's clicked off by now, but
No, don't worry. I'll add a warning. I'll just be like, hey, we're talking about pee stuff from this time to this time.
Yeah.
And then that way, hopefully
we're having genital conversation.
Retain some listeners, you know.
Yeah. So that was that.
I just started season 3 of The Boys on Amazon. And, you know, that show is known for being bloody and gory and grotesque. And boy, they have stepped it up this season with the grotesqueness. And I think it was episode 2 or 3, something like that, where there's a superhero. His name is Termite. He can shrink, right? Really small, kind of like Ant-Man.
Or exactly like Ant-Man.
Exactly like Ant-Man.
They just stole Ant-Man. But gotcha.
They've
taken Ant-Man for their own.
Every single superhero that's ever existed. So he shrinks really small. But this man is also gay. And so he has a scene with one of his lovers. Okay. They go to this room and his boyfriend says, I want you inside me.
Nope.
And so I'm thinking, this man is going to crawl inside this dude's asshole.
Oh.
But that is not the case.
No, that is not the case.
He whips out his erect penis on the table, and then the guy shrinks onto the table, and then there is a shot of little termite superhero, and the entire frame behind him is the head of a penis. And it is the most... I don't know if it was a prosthetic, if it was CGI, or if it was practical. If it was a practical penis, but it was the most realistic, like macro lens view of a penis head I've ever seen.
Are you sure you're watching TV? You just didn't pull up an old file from your computer?
Zach, I was at the gym watching this.
Did you not turn off immediately?
I said, "Oh God." Come on. And then I tried to, and before I knew it, he crawled inside the head like a little catheter and was tickling the inside of this dude's penis. Okay. And then he sneezed. So like he stifles one sneeze and he's like, okay, we made it. Right. Cause he's also like doing coke or whatever, like before this. And he sneezes again, but he shoots full size. So not only did you see a penis and a man go inside it like a catheter, he explodes while he's inside of him and rips the dude in half. And you see everything. It is the most gory, disgusting thing I've ever seen.
So he kills him?
Kills his boyfriend.
That's not very Pride Month.
And he's just covered in blood and he's butt ass naked. And then there's a fight scene after that where he's butt ass naked and he's small.
You gotta watch some different media.
No, it's a great show.
It sounds like a good show.
It's just sometimes it's a lot.
Penises blowing up. How would you like to not talk about penises for the rest of the podcast? How do you feel about that? Did you have any other? You looked at your notes as if that's all you've written down.
Well, I have something poop related.
This is why we need more women. Okay, let me hear the poop related stuff.
So it's about supposedly this article.
Hold on, Marilyn. You say one more word on that. Did you hear her say something?
Is she talking back?
I think she's just talking at all. That's not what we do on this podcast.
Nuh-uh.
This is a men's only podcast this week. I got a bone to pick with you. All right, go ahead.
Okay, there we go. No, I read this article that supposedly Putin.
Okay, is that the poop joke?
No, whenever he travels, one of his bodyguards is tasked with making sure they collect his feces whenever he uses the bathroom outside of Russia.
Why is that?
Because they don't want like any other spies or whatever to get a hold of it and then study his health from his fecal matter.
The boy checks his boxes, doesn't he?
But apparently, so I'm thinking this is like, I was like, this man is so paranoid. This is the wildest thing. Who's like checking his shit or whatever, right? Just flush. It'll be fine, right?
No.
But apparently, this is not a new thing for Russian secret intelligence because supposedly Stalin studied the Chinese leader Mao Zedong's bodily waste in like the mid 1900s.
This guy's he's checking boxes. He's not a good guy, but he keeps his poop in order.
But I think why they're so paranoid is there's a federal security service officer from Russia that said that kind of leaked that Putin really only has 2 to 3 years left to live because of a severe form of rapidly progressing cancer.
I mean, based on what he's doing to the world, not a terrible thing.
That's pretty accurate.
Cancer's not good, but when it happens to a
We went over that last
foreign
week.
dictator who has slaughtered people, natural selection at that point. God doesn't want you around anymore.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about, Zach?
This isn't about poop. Do you have anything? Do you have more penis?
No. I don't have any.
No,
more
I have something
penis
else
stuff.
to talk about.
Okay,
I just nothing. It's no bowel or genitalia
okay. That's
adjacent
perfect.
even.
Let's go to that.
Okay, are you sure you don't have anything?
I'm sure. I have other medical stuff, but it's not bowel
Okay,
related.
so I'm a hero.
Oh yeah.
I saved a life this week. It wasn't Marilyn's, obviously, because, it was Indiana Massar's. I saved her life. So the only reason she's breathing right now is because of me. Let me set you the scene. We're at a friend's birthday party. And where do influencers go for friends' birthday parties? Buca de Beppo. They usually cover the bill if you post a little story for them when it's an influencer's birthday. So that if you ever notice influencers at Buca de Beppo, it's paid for. That's why
a free meal.
That's why we always go there. And Jared and I love a good free meal.
And also delicious food. I haven't been to Buca de Beppo in forever.
It was a good time. I always have a good time with the Buca. So we're eating, we're having a good time. I'm talking to the gentleman on my left. He's an actor from the show All American. So I'm just asking him about, what's it like, blah, blah, blah.
His name is Derek.
He also wrote a book recently, but that's not really the point. I have my hand on the table and Indiana's sitting to the right of me. And I feel a slapping on my hand. I can't see it visually yet, but I feel a slapping. And the pain is intensified because she's wearing rings. So I turned to her, I'm like, hey, ow, what are you doing? And she's like, then she starts hitting my arm, coughing. I'm like, what's going on? And Brighton's like, her friend was like, she's choking. And I was like, oh, okay. And I actually was very calm. I just said, all right.
I heard someone from across the table. Indy was like kind of embarrassed in the moment. I didn't want to tell her this, but I heard someone, I don't know who it was, but across the table they go, oh God, she's choking.
Who was that?
I don't know. I just heard it.
That's pretty funny. So I stand up. I'm like, all right, get up. And I put my fist like this, like they teach you in grade school, put my hand over it, and I give her one big heave into her stomach. And what was she choking on?
I don't even.
No.
Oh, it was the fried mozzarella.
She had a mozzarella stick stuck in her throat, and I launched it out of her, and she could continue to get air into her lungs and then to her bloodstream, which is kind of what keeps you alive. The brain. I don't even get into it.
I thought you gave her two heaves.
No, just one pump.
Oh, just one
pump chump.
Because I remember you got her, and then I thought you gave it you did it again, and then she was just like, "Ow, I'm good."
I gave her one afterwards.
Yeah,
that was just let her know I was there. That was like, in case there's any extra cheese left, we got to get that out. But she's like, I'm good, and then she sat down, and I stayed standing because I knew it was gonna happen next. The crowd went wild.
We went.
There was clapping.
There was thunderous applause.
I mean, people looked at me like I was a Marine. I've never felt like that in my entire life.
I thought you were Superman in that moment.
I felt better than Superman. And I went to go sit down. I gestured to go sit down. I was like, no. I deserve this. I stayed standing. I said, one more time. And then everybody clapped for me again. And usually heroes don't ask for people to clap. But when's the next time I'm going to save a life? That could be the only time I get in my entire life.
That's true.
The clapping felt great. So I wanted to live in the moment again.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? You deserve it.
Did you look at me and marvel?
A little bit. I was like, this night could have taken a drastically dark turn.
Like, why were you so calm when you told me to get up? Because I was literally like, all right, get up. And then I just did the Heimlich. And
I think we both agree. I mean, we both said that your calmness, I feel like, helped the situation.
If I was freaking out, she could have ran somewhere. She could have fallen.
Or maybe she could have
startles easily.
Or maybe she could have choked on it harder or something. I don't know. Try to got scared, breathed in, and then it gets even further lodged in her throat.
Yeah. So if you guys happen to be near the comment section of this video, don't mind putting Zach, you're a hero, followed by very nice things about me that I'm not telling you to, but I kind of am. I'm a hero. You treat me as such.
You didn't tell the comment section last week to call you the next step in human evolution, but that was a
lot of people did say that. People just think I'm the next step in human evolution, and now I'm the hero. So a lot of good things going on for me. Make sure to comment below.
That was a very common theme amongst our commenters, so they probably think you're a hero too.
It feels good to know that I've saved countless lives.
Countless. I can exactly count it.
How many is it?
1.
And how many people aren't dead because of me?
1.
If only I was there for you, Marilyn. If only I was there for you.
She could have used you.
What year did she die?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
Was I alive? See if I could have done anything. Hold on, Marilyn. We're looking up some facts right now. If you got anything to say it now.
No, you were not. You were not alive.
So that's not on me. Okay.
It was her birthday recently. Well,
Happy birthday.
11 days ago, June 1st.
Nice. Happy birthday. How old did she turn?
She would have been 90. What's that? 94.
Marilyn.
But she died in 1962.
Oh, ugh. My mom wasn't even alive. Sweet girl. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you, but she's in heaven somewhere or
Yeah.
doing something.
Probably singing for God like she sang for JFK.
Oh, maybe her and JFK are together.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
That's a great point.
Oh, we should do a movie where we explore heaven and it's Marilyn Monroe and JFK together.
That'd be kind of cute. What would we call it?
Death finds love.
We'll workshop it.
We'll workshop
it.
the name, but the concept's there. That's pitchable.
Hear me out. They're making a Marilyn Monroe biopic. So we just get in there before they actually start shooting and we change the script.
No, we don't change the script. We have them film it, and then we go to as many theaters as we can. You and I, you're going to be dressed up as Marilyn. I'm John F. Kennedy, and we're going to enact the movie, and they'll see how much better it is in the movie. They put money in, so they'll put twice as much money in us.
Oh.
We got to get more girls in this podcast. Have you ever story baited someone?
Story baited? What do you mean?
I don't know if this is a term I've coined or not, but I know people do it. Have you ever been talking to a girl or have a crush on a girl that you like and you know their interests and you guys follow each other? So you specifically put things on your story to try to get a swipe up?
1,000%.
Can you give me a time you've done that?
There was one time I posted a picture of a sunset, and it was that sunset where the sky was like, it was like half blue, half pink. And then I put the song Pink Skies by Lainey on there.
Is that one of her favorite songs?
I knew that she loved Lainey. And
sure
enough, got the swipe up.
Well, yours did better than I did. After my ex and I broke up, she did block me, but I thought she might be still looking at my stories. So I would put things like her songs she liked, but like obscure songs that like her 12th favorite song that we definitely talked about, but it wouldn't be super obvious, and like locations we've been, but just kind of in the background. So it's like maybe she'd get an inkling of a happy time she had with me, but she didn't swipe.
And you never got a swipe up?
No, she didn't swipe up once, and last month she married someone else. So I don't think it's going to work out.
Statistically, you don't know that.
Totally joking. I'm happy that you're married, and these are all jokes, and don't think that I'm still in love with you. I feel like I got to put a preemptive. That's
post-emptive.
It's definitely not a word, but we're guys having a podcast. Who cares?
That was so convincing, though.
I bet you $10 I can spell Albuquerque.
Okay. Wait, no, I'm not taking the $10 bet. Okay. Hold on.
ALBUQUERQUE. Albuquerque.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a U after ALB.
Exactly.
Albuquerque.
This podcast is going down the dumps. No, but I've done that several times with definitely girls that I've liked. Usually a song, maybe a reference of sorts. Not once has it worked, but I'm glad it's worked for you.
Hold on. I'm going to go through my DMs real quick. I'm going to see if I can find another example of this. Oh, this is just getting sad now. I'm just looking at conversations with people that I used to talk to.
I am just somebody that I used to know. Somebody. That's a dark place.
Okay, you know what?
Deep in the camera roll is a dark place.
You know what? I'm getting out of there.
What you see that you didn't
Snapchat is still fucking me over, right? Does it still give you like the memories?
Oh, Facebook too. Like I don't even get on Facebook. But they'll send me a notification of like, you want to see your memories with this person? And then it's like, remember you were happy? I was like, oh yeah.
Did you know I didn't have a Facebook? I wasn't allowed to have a Facebook until really I turned 18, but I made one in secret my senior year of high school because we all had like a group chat on there where we would send like information and like parties and stuff like that.
I was like, information is so vague. What were you guys sending?
Well, no, like
exploding penis memes?
No, like information for school parties. We had a Nerf Wars, whatever thing. So, but yeah, I had to make it in secret because my parents
You had no social media at the time? Wow.
I know, it's
strict,
crazy.
Huh?
My parents were just so paranoid about like social media because there was one time that like a friend of my mom's was like, my mom had a Facebook for like 2 months, I think. And then a friend of hers saw her in public and then asked like about my basketball team or something because she saw my mom post about it on Facebook, and my mom got so paranoid that she could see it. Just like a person
could see how bad you were at basketball.
No, a person that just like she wasn't super connected with could see it. And so she deleted all of it and banned me from ever having.
Is she on social media now?
No.
She's just like, no one's going to know what my son does in basketball. I'm glad she's staying off the grid. That was always so funny to me. Like growing up, my dad, my dad and my grandpa especially, they'd be like, don't put me online. and they'd be like, people out there can see me. And I'm like, no one cares though.
Exactly.
Like, people are like, oh, same thing with like at the airport or something, like they're looking through all our stuff or they're checking us down. I was like, I have nothing. If it keeps us safer, I don't care.
That's what I've always said.
Look at my nibble nubbles on an x-ray and let's move on with our day.
Make sure that the person behind me doesn't have anything up their nibble nubbles.
Like as far as like the putting yourself online, like you're not the prime minister of some foreign nation whose daughter could get abducted. You're Sandra, who lives in a town of 2,000, who no one cares if they see you online. They're not stalking you.
You're also not in witness protection. No. You're just going about your everyday life. You're getting ice cream with your kids.
I know that looking through your DMs just then probably replayed. It was an old relationship.
I thought we were getting away from this.
No. What I like to do is act like we're getting off topic, and that was all a ruse. I could care less about those last few words I've said, and then I pull the rug right out from under you, where you were like, "Oh, finally, we're not talking about my heartbreak and things." But for me, for whatever reason, my toxic trait is realizing that's pretty enjoyable to see you in pain. So
that's so toxic.
Yeah, it is toxic, but I recognize it. So that's self-awareness, right?
No, that's not how that works.
Okay.
Don't agree with him, Marilyn. Don't give him that face.
I agree.
Speaking of ending relationships, though, this will be a fun little improv game. Give me the worst ways to break up with your girlfriend.
I'm going to do it by phone.
By phone? Okay, so automatically it's bad.
Hey, babe, saw a picture of your grandma online. Wrinkle City, population her, am I right? But to cut to the chase, it looks like your bloodline ages like old milk. So I'm just going to cut it off here if that makes sense, you know?
Oh, that's horrible.
Also, wanted to mention, I was on the train today and I met this diverse baddie, and I don't want to let MLK down. So I'm going to kind of pursue that, gave her my number and everything. So equality, I guess you could say.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
No. The thing is, I thought about it, and forever is just too long. So.
Oh, Zach.
No, I appreciate the teddy bear you sent me for our anniversary, but our relationship is still unbearable. No, it's not insensitive. It's a play on words.
He's got jokes.
You ever heard of Dr. Seuss?
Man's a genius.
Hey, you know that tune, Everybody Makes Mistakes by Hannah Montana? Well, every time I hear that song, I think of our relationship, so might as well just cut it off here.
Everybody has those days.
I wasn't cheating. I was pretending to be a gyno in case I wanted to get into the medical field.
Oh my God.
Totally joking. I definitely was cheating. So do with that information what you will, but I feel like we should stop being together.
He's honest.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I could not imagine starting a family with you. Can we work it out? I don't think so. I mean, the last time we got intimate, I didn't stop thinking about your mom once, so that might be a red flag. Just picturing her face and her body movements while yours was there on top of me. Didn't think about you once. So if that's not a big red flag. And
dude, that's like a bundle of red flags.
No, the thing is, you're white and I only eat dark meat at Thanksgiving. You should have seen this coming. It's on you.
Absolutely not.
Yes, I'm grateful for the kidney you gave me. No, I'm not in love with you anymore. What's the big deal here?
I mean, love shouldn't be transactional, so.
No, I just graduated community college. The thing is, I'm steps above you now. I need a date in my league.
What is your league? What?
Okay, just do the 6 month of Kegels, and then we'll talk about it, all right? But for right now, we're on a break. Let's tighten that thing up, huh?
Zach.
What?
No.
This relationship blows. Kind of like your candles later today. Happy birthday.
Not on her birthday. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Speaking of birthdays, though, my birthday's coming up.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
What do you want?
Well, we don't get each other gifts.
No, what do you want? Like, if you could have anything as a birthday gift, be honest.
Oh, if I could have anything as a birthday gift?
Money's an object, so under $100.
Mo, money is an object.
Don't say women are too, Jared. I saw the look in your eyes.
Hey, that was you after that last segment. What are you talking about?
No, that was me playing a character. You notice how I dissociated me? I care about women so much that I date 3 of them at the same time.
Can I just get a gift card?
Dude, you are lame.
What is there under $100 that's cool? Oh, actually, you know what? I do know. I want some stuff from my car to make it look cool.
Have you talked about your car?
No, we haven't talked about the car on here.
Well, we don't deserve to. I miss your old car.
Why do you miss my old car?
Toyota Camry.
You could get in it easier.
Yeah, this car has no back seat. It's made you.
How has it changed me at all?
You're pretentious now. You think you're better than everyone because you have a nice car.
I don't.
You do. Because I
don't.
can see it in your eyes, and the eyes don't lies.
And the eyes don't lie.
Yeah, you look at me and you're like, oh, I'm better than you. I deserve more in life than you. I can do all this because I have a nice car.
Your car is better than mine.
The wild thing is,
Indy's car is better than mine.
I don't have a car, I have a truck. Watch your dirty whore mouth. But when we're out, I've seen you, hand on, not the Bible, that you have rolled down your window and spit on people and said, peasants.
I just want to highlight the fact that you said hand down, not on the Bible, which means
okay, let's not talk about the past.
You are
in
not
the future.
telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Okay, if you can list off just 10 reasons why you hate poor people, that'd be fine.
I don't hate.
Okay, then just one reason. Why do you hate poor people?
I don't hate poor people, so I can't list a single reason.
What do you think, Marilyn? She doesn't like poor people either.
Oh, Marilyn, that's a bad look on you. Jeez.
You know what Jared said the other day?
What did I say?
He said, if there was a button and to be the best looking guy on earth, I said, would you press that button if one random person in the world died? He said, in a second.
I didn't say in a second. I thought about it.
You did not think about it.
I thought about it.
You said, oh, yeah.
No, I thought about it for probably 15 seconds. And I said, probably.
Can you run me through the thought process of why you killed another human being just for
Well, here's the thing. It's a hypothetical.
vain gain?
That was good. He's got rhymes. It's a hypothetical situation. So I know that opportunity.
No. This was a real situation.
This is not a real situation because there's no button in front of me.
Do you want to get liposuction before San Diego?
That's so expensive. And I feel like if I just really put my mind to working out and eating right, I think I could lose my love handles.
No, I don't even blink twice at your love handles. I never even really thought you had a bad problem with your love handles. It's you that keeps on bringing it up. And then Indy told us, she said, sometimes no matter how much you work out, if you were previously larger, the love handles just don't go away on their own. So I was wondering if you wanted to get, I think it would be a great segment for the podcast.
Are you paying for it? Because
I'm not, see how much it is, but it would be great it'd be pretty funny to film a podcast while you're getting liposuction.
While I'm getting liposuction? What do you mean?
Preferably.
Aren't you put under?
I have no idea. I've never gotten it.
In the US, the approximate cost of liposuction on the upper and lower abdomen ranges from $3,800 on the low end to $8,000 on the high end.
If we only had a rich friend that owes us for skipping this podcast, Indiana Massara.
Oh, good point.
If it was
my birthday's coming up.
Whoa, do you want lipo for your birthday?
I feel like that is
pretty
so
sick.
Unhealthy.
Is it? Wait, is lipo bad for you? Can you check that?
I don't think it's great for you.
It cements you're officially part of LA if you get lipo.
I don't want to be officially part of LA.
Yeah, what are the health concerns of getting lipo?
This just says, as with any major surgery, liposuction carries risks such as bleeding and a reaction to anesthesia. Possible complications specific to liposuction include contour irregularities. Your skin may appear bumpy, wavy, or withered due to uneven fat removal, poor skin elasticity, and unusual healing.
Oh, hell. That's for formality. Let's get under the knife, baby girl.
I mean, it didn't say anything.
Nothing too scary.
Yeah.
You bleed on your sheets every single night from a nosebleed anyway.
I do that. I have a really dry. No, I need
navel cavity.
I need a humidifier in my room.
That's hot. You should put that in your Tinder bio.
Good candidates for liposuction include people who don't have a lot of excess skin.
I don't think you have a lot of excess skin.
I don't have a lot of excess skin. Have good skin elasticity. I do have some stretch marks, so I don't know if my skin's the best at elasticity.
Yeah, but we'll come over that one.
Have good muscle tone. I do. When I actually am consistent at working out,
you got good muscle tone. So I feel like washboard abs immediately after.
Have fat deposits that won't go away with diet or exercise.
We're having issues, aren't we?
We are having issues. I work out almost every day.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe it's not on you.
And I eat the same thing every day. I did have pizza today. That didn't help. But
we go medical with this.
For the most part, I have 2 eggs in the morning.
2 eggs.
I have 2 protein shakes in the day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And then for dinner, I mostly eat chicken, rice, and veggies.
Exactly.
And I work out every day.
Okay.
Almost every day.
It sounds like God's bullying you. and we got to go get this thing pumped and dumped.
Are in good physical shape and overall health.
What's the recovery time? San Diego's on July 9th.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here are all the risks.
No, I don't need to hear all that.
Risks immediately after the procedure. Blood clot in the lungs. Too much fluid in the lungs. Fat clots, infections, hematoma, bleeding under the skin. That's what a hematoma is. Seroma, which is fluid leaking under the skin. Edema, which is swelling. Skin necrosis, the death of skin cells. Reactions to anesthesia and other medications. I've never had a reaction to anesthesia. Heart and kidney problems. Death.
Okay, the last one, Marilyn's fine after it, so we're good.
Risks during recovery are problems with the shape or contours of the body, wavy, dimpled, or bumpy skin, numbness, bruising, pain, swelling, soreness, infections, fluid imbalances, scars, changes in skin sensation and feeling, skin color changes, and problems with healing.
Yeah, but that's a formality. That's the worst of the worst. I bet the best is you come out snatched, baby girl.
This can take anywhere from 5 to 7 days before you can return to work and 4 to 6 weeks before you can get back to physical activities such as exercise. Long-term recovery typically lasts 3 months. This allows swelling to decrease. So I'd be swollen for San Diego and I couldn't do anything physical.
But no love handles.
But I would be swollen. So it would look like I have love handles. Anyway, they might be even worse. Listen.
It's the worst birthday ever.
It's my birthday. How is it the worst birthday ever?
Because I want to see, I like watching surgery.
What if I get it after San
Diego? That's a good plan.
I'm like skinny fat right now.
I don't think you're fat at all.
I'm not fat. I just have a higher percentage of body fat that I would like to be muscle instead.
That's where lipo comes in.
You're not wrong, and I sounded like the perfect candidate.
You did sound like a good candidate.
How do we pitch this to Indy?
Hey, Indy. You know how once a year people celebrate my birth?
Good start.
Well, I haven't enjoyed a birthday since I was little because of my insecurities. And all I want to do is just feel special on my special day.
There we go. Pulling on the heartstrings.
So I was just wondering if it's in your heart, if maybe a group of doctors could stick me with certain instruments that decreases my fat levels in such a way that I'll have washboard abs, and then I can start manipulating women, and then I will be an F-boy, and then I'll start doing the whoa on TikTok, and then I'll become a millionaire, and I'll never talk to you guys again because I'll be a part of Hype House 2.
You know what? Nope. That's not the pitch. That is not the pitch.
Okay. First half's good though.
Honestly, I'm looking at liposuction before and afters.
Oh, can you pull it up on the screen?
I look about like the candidates.
Oh, that looks good.
Like he's not fat in the first picture, but he's got a little love handles.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to treat yourself either.
Yeah, but he looks great in that second picture.
What can you see which one matches your first body type the most?
My back's not as hairy as this guy, but I feel like this is what I look like from behind, just from what I can feel. Okay. Right? So this is what I would want to take care of, right? Do you see how he's got like a little bit of a muffin top?
I don't think that's what you look like.
Not that bad, but like I've caught myself in the mirror before.
So that's after lipo?
This is after right here.
Looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
I mean, as much as you've worked out, you just haven't been able to get that off, is what you're saying?
Maybe I'll save up the 8K for lipo.
Between 3,800 and 8K.
Okay.
If you go for low end lipo?
No, I'm not going in for low end lipo. I want whoever did the celebrities lipo, I want to do my lipo.
I think you can pitch that pretty well.
We'll sit down. We'll come up with a plan is what
We'll outline it.
We'll outline it just like school taught us.
Thank you for listening to the Boys podcast. If you think that you didn't have a good time and what we talked about was boring and uninteresting and you hate us, make sure to tune in next week because we'll be here again for episode 104. And if you stay till the end, till the end, let me know what you would do if you were alone in a pitch black closet with Jared for 7 minutes and no one knows what happens in there but you guys. Let me know what you would do with Jared.
I don't like
DM me
idea.
that. DM me that.
I don't like this
DM
idea.
me that.
Don't DM him that, please.
Just let me know. Make it dirty.
This is a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Make it clean if you want, but let it make it dirty.
That's Zach Justice.
Allegedly.
That's Marilyn Monroe. I'm Jerry Bear Music. I'm going to hit the outro.
I don't care what you do with your life. I'm not living it for you, Jared. Happy early birthday, Jared.
Thank you.